It's just a cough.
Yeah, right. And the Earth is flat.
Treat your cough seriously with Robitussin CF Max.
It's good to see you. I must go. I know I will go.
Hold him. Now you listen to me, you hillbilly punk who thinks the world's still round. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's flat!
He's an interesting guy, man, and, he believes it, so. Kyrie, the Earth is flat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, whatever.
That's news.
That's news. Here we go.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship, currently winning the war with the mainstream scientific community. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is waiting to watch the SpaceX launch tomorrow. Why, you may ask? On board is an exciting new experiment that can change the face of the plane. A young teenager's science project is being taken up to the ISS. This exciting experiment investigates how well a dental glue activated by ultraviolet light would fix a broken tooth or lost filling in microgravity. Can't get good dental care on Earth. Perhaps space will be better. Yep, I couldn't make that up if I tried. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, and I lost my place. Which proposed that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, you're just not very good at the internet. For those of you listening to this on YouTube and you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, this show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And yes, Caroline, if it is not December 14th, 2018, you are listening to a rerun. Quote of the day from the Peanut Gallery goes exactly like this. Be thankful we're not getting all the government we're paying for. That's from Will Rogers. That's a great quote from him. The Mark Sargent 2018 Flat Earth Challenge is in effect. This is my personal declaration of war from Flat Earth against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, hereby put forth a challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to loan me a NASA-approved self-contained spacesuit, put me in a vacuum chamber, and pull the switch. For more information on this, please check out Flat Earth Clues number 13, The Lost Nail. It is going to be a call-in show tonight. As you know, last week we had a Christian paleontologist, which was a lot of fun. But tonight we're going to do phone calls. So but before we do that, quick announcements. Who's got the? I've only really one announcement tonight, and that is there's only a few showings left for Behind the Curve, Tree on Flat Earth, and probably, from what I've heard, your best shot at flat smacking somebody and keep them glued for about 100 minutes. So go to behindthecurvefilm.com. And it's on all streaming, Amazon and iTunes and Google Play and all that other fun stuff. What a great Christmas gift, wouldn't it be? I think so. All right, phone numbers to give out tonight are as follows. 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. Or 720-897-6111. If you're in the UK, don't forget your country code, and then 44203-393-2871. And if you're calling just to listen and not have me pick you up, you can go to 605-472-9131. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's get right to it, shall we? Let's pick up, why not? Let's pick up Canada first, because they're calling long distance. I mean, I know it's Canada, so how much does it really count? Let's try it anyway. All right, 905, what's happening up there?
Oh, not much, Mark. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Well, today is going to be the tragic tale of Admiral Byrd.
Okay, I'll bite. What's happening with Admiral Byrd today?
So I tried to rescue a sparrow, and I'll keep it short. But when I came home the next day, the cage was knocked over, and Admiral Byrd was missing in action and presumed dead.
Okay.
So yeah,
what do you think
that didn't work out? Well, the cats knocked him down, and he jumped into the closest escape, which was the furnace. But that's not the point. The point is, I told somebody about Admiral Byrd before this happened.
Right.
And she knew who Admiral Byrd was.
Really?
So, oh yeah, I was shocked. Absolutely mind blown that just because you don't meet many closet flat earthers or people who know who the heck Admiral Byrd is.
That's true.
So yeah, Admiral Byrd didn't make it, but he at least opened a door.
Yeah, don't get me started there. Go ahead.
There's a lot more of us that are in the closet, as opposed to me, who will shout it from the rooftop.
Yeah,
the earth is flat. So
yeah, there. In fact, 90%, I'd say, of the flat Earth members are in the closet. And why wouldn't they be? Again, peer pressure gets to everybody eventually, and that is friends, coworkers, family. Between those three groups alone, not to mention, let's throw in the congregation at whatever church you attend. Oh yeah, peer pressure is a very big thing. So it's okay though, as long as they're out there. I don't mind. They'll come out eventually.
Yeah, one day, absolutely. But
yeah. Maybe. Oh my God, maybe we should eventually organize. Maybe this summer, organize like a flat pride parade. What do you think?
Which city do you want to host?
Exactly. Somebody come up with nominations for a flat pride parade city. I would imagine, just because there might be some crossover, there are some likely candidates, but I think it'd be great. I mean, the verbiage we use, it's very similar, isn't it? They're in the closet when you're coming out. Are you flat curious? You a weekend flat earther? That sort of thing.
I nominate Toronto or Dallas, or one of each. Because that's the new FEIC conference coming up.
That's true.
Yeah, Toronto or Dallas.
It's good. Hey, by the way, you were listening to the intro, weren't you?
Oh yes.
Oh, good. I thought I screwed up for a second. Go ahead.
You went back to the spaceship, Mark? Back to the spaceship.
Spaceship? What? I always say spaceship.
Well, yeah, coming to you from a.
Well,
You
what
haven't said that
am
in
I going to
ages.
call? We're not to that stage yet where we're going to call it an Earth ship because people have used that before. Nor can I really call it a plane ship because that's confusing with airplane. So, and honestly, it's okay. Space is fine as long as I define space as something above us. I'm not talking infinite space or the heliocentric space model. Space still works. It's fine. What do you call? Okay, what would you call? I mean, yeah, I know you could. I know we're delving into territory which is new verbiage. For example, like no, like if you like a UFO, right? A UFO is still technically a spaceship. Now, I would normally call it just a ship, but then you're going to confuse it with all the other ships that are in the water. So I don't know. So if anyone
boat.
call it a terra ship, what do you call them? Boats, really? And then you're going to offend sea
Terror ship sounds like terrorist.
There's air. Okay, we could call them
You can't go
airships.
terror ship.
You want to call them airships? What do you think,
A
guys?
Zeppelin.
No. Well, yeah. They're just what you just said. Airships used to be Zeppelins. I know. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out eventually. No, you're one of the only people who complain about stuff like that. We're fine. We're totally
you
fine.
haven't said it in ages. It's been
a
long time since you even brought that up.
Script. It's literally the first line I say. Broadcasting to you from a large spaceship. Wait a minute. What do I normally say? No, I say spaceship.
No, well, that's what you used to say, but you haven't said that in ages. It's been quite a long time.
So when you take your medication, do you actually read the label, or are you just kind of winging it? And just like a few out of this bottle and a few out of this bottle? Because I have not changed that top line in a long time, unless somebody changed it for me.
Honestly,
whatever.
I don't remember you saying it.
Is this one of those Mandela effect things? See what I did there?
Mandula?
The Mandingo?
Yep.
That's the urban version. Whatever. Okay. All right. That's it. I gotta get you out of here. I got calls. I got people I gotta talk to, man. I can't just be just jabbering away with Canada. It's not even a real country. Come on.
I'm sorry, Mark.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, man.
Canadians always apologize.
I know they do, don't they? In fact, I've gotten in that habit. Every time if you guys haven't noticed, every time I screw up in an email, I will say sorry like really, really quickly. I'll be like, and that sorry, I meant
you gotta add A next time.
Yeah, like up there, yeah, up there in the Yukon, eh? You make hockey sticks out of tree trunks. Okay. Anyway, you have
Dude, take the next call.
We'll talk soon.
Take the next call.
Okay.
Love you, Mark. Take care. Bye.
Okay. That's a good first call, wasn't it? Let's go to, this one's going to be better, I'm sure. Let's go to 651. 651, you're on with Strange World. What's happening?
I got to ask, is your spaceship made out of gold like mine? I was just wondering. Wesley Space.
Oh, hey, Wesley. Oh,
I'm
sorry. Wait, hang on. Wait, let me get back into character for a second. Wes, you doing legal things, restraining orders, hate you, blah blah blah. So, did I actually say the 14th when I first started the show? I must have. I don't know what I was doing. The only
thing I paid attention to was coming to you from a spaceship flying, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're right. Is that a Mandela effect for him? Because I hear you say that every single Tuesday.
Yeah, I have not changed that top line in a long time. I use the same.
Know.
I don't know, and he started like messing with me. I'm going because I'm now. You say a word.
I know. I loved it.
I'm saying up
I loved it. But you know what? I also have to say I could probably sue him for infringement because, far as I know, I'm pretty much the only one that's supposed to do that to you.
Right.
It's in the contract, I think. So I don't know. Let me look on my contract. Yeah.
Wow. That is.
But yeah, I would.
Hey, real quick. I need to fix. Wait. Shut up for a second. First off, I've got to apologize, guys. I said December 14th. It's actually December 4th. I don't know what it was. Could have been the half a glass of wine I had. although that usually doesn't have that sort of effect. Or it could be just because I'm tired, because I took family into the hospital last night, and I'm just now getting my sleep schedule back. So, quote for you, Wes, real quick. 1 out of 4 people in this country is mentally unbalanced. Think of your 3 closest friends. If they seem okay, then you are the one. So there you go.
Oh, gosh. Yep. Yeah. I'm totally the one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if I wasn't, I probably wouldn't make it through life the way I have been, actually.
I worry
you
so
don't
much
want to take life seriously,
because 4 out of 3 people don't understand fractions. So
that's a good one. Anyhow, I do have to say, I have to quote one of my favorite comedians of the 50s and 60s, and this is put out to the guy who was giving you crap from Canada, and that is, everybody wants to get into the act.
Wow,
and anybody who's not old enough as us wouldn't even know who the hell that is.
That one. That's like, not only is that black and white era, that is like early black and white era.
That's way old. I love Jimmy Duran. He was my favorite.
Nice.
Even though I was watching it, on reruns here and there, they would just happen to have him on the Tonight Show, and then they showed some of his old stuff back in the day, back in the 50s and 60s, actually 40s and 50s. I mean, he was around for a while.
Yeah, it was. That's going back to the Take My Wife, Please. That whole thing.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Now that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and
say the secret word and we know how to go.
Yeah, and who's on first? What's
all
on
right,
second?
Mark?
Okay.
Yeah, who's on first? What's on second? Exactly.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Wes, and by that I mean do hesitate to call the next time. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. I did talk to my lawyer, by the way, and I guess I can subpoena you for harassment, but I won't do it. But
I don't know
how
much.
It was okay. I could do it.
I don't know how much faith you can put in lawyers, because I broke a mirror the other day and I'm supposed to get 7 years bad luck. My lawyer thinks he can get me 5.
Of course, I did get this guy's number from a Cracker Jack box. So.
Oh wow, there's a term I haven't heard in a while. Nice. Okay, man. Hey, you have fun. We'll talk soon. Okay.
All right. Later, Dater.
All right, let's see who the lucky number 3 is going to be on the call list. And yes, I see 864 and 304 and 845 and 585. But before we pick up those, we're going to pick up 916. And I'm saying the number in advance so that whoever is listening puts down whatever they might be smoking and picks up the phone. 916, you're on with Strange World and me right now. What's happening?
I am medicated. I have put that down.
No one. That's why I gave you like a couple seconds. Oh, wait. Although if you're listening, were you listening on the phone or are you listening on the radio?
I was listening on the phone.
Oh, okay. Because if you were listening on the radio, there's like, what, a 6-second delay or 8-second delay or something?
Oh, yeah. I didn't notice that. I always just noticed the delay on the phone.
Oh. So are you calling in because you have an opinion on the ISS experiment where they are using ultraviolet light to cure the teeth?
Yes. That's number 4 on my list of 4 things that I've written down.
Okay. Go ahead then. By all means.
Okay. First thing is a quote. Let me get there and turn my volume up. Okay, hold on. Quote for you, well, everybody, but mainly you, Peanut Gallery, and Zulu One, Mark. It is, to live in the world without becoming aware of the meaning of the world is like wandering about in a great library without touching the books. And that is Manly P. Hall.
That's beautiful.
From The Secret Teachings of All Ages.
That's really great.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was a 30-30 situation.
I know a lot of quotes, and I have never heard that one. So that's great. I may even steal it.
Oh, yeah.
and probably not give you credit. What's your next one?
That's fun. Okay, so last week's intro, oh my god. That was so funny. I don't know if I should say thank you or just be mortified, but good one.
Wait, what happened? Wait, what was last week?
The last week's intro on Strange World.
Oh, I forgot what it was. Yes, absolutely. If anyone doesn't know, what episode was that, by the way? It was 174? Hang on. It was I'll look fast. It was 174 was last week. So for those of you who don't know, the lovely blonde woman who was singing the opening lines from New York, New York, was Michelle. And she's on the phone right now with us. And I had to. When I saw that clip when you put it out there, because I don't think you posted it on YouTube. I knew the second I saw it. I was going, oh, that's my intro. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for what I want. And it was great. I don't even know where you were driving, but the fact that you were singing in the front seat was awesome. It was great.
Yeah, I was in Pebble. We were coming back from Pebble Beach. That's our annual. Like, we escape town and go to Monterey for Black Friday. Get away from all the. We don't shop on Black Friday, right. And so we go down there and we just live the lavish life for like 24 hours. Just 24-hour vacation. Found out like 3-4 like top dollar restaurants, and then come back. But we always end it in Pebble Beach at the Stillwater Grill. And that was after a few mimosas.
Cool. Hey, before you get to your next thing, the quote from the Peanut Gallery. Yes, I see it. He writes in all caps. Quote for her. Jeez. He says, reality is just a crutch for people who can't cope with drugs. And that's from Robin Williams.
I like that. That's awesome.
So what else on your little list?
Okay, so Flat Pride, that should be in San Francisco. Like, duh.
The Flat Pride Parade?
Really yeah.
Yeah, actually, it probably should be in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we get quite a bit of the gay community, actually. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, everything's acceptable there for sure. Like, that's where everything's already, all the parades are there. Right. But a flat parade, pride parade, whatever, that'd be cool.
It's easy.
Okay, so last on the list, the dental stuff. So, you probably know I'm a dental assistant. I'm a registered dental assistant, and I also run like a dental lab out of my house. Basically, I just make retainers and stuff like plastic, acrylic, and wires, and but I use
totally
light curable dental
like a black market little backwater thing.
No, I have a business license. Like, I totally have a little Facebook page with no pictures of my business. It totally looks shady. Like,
anyone needs super secret dental stuff, contact me. I will put you in touch with Michelle. There's like a secret knock and a guy at the door wearing all black. It's really, really hush hush. But anyway, so let's talk about it.
I know. Remember the squeaky thing? And you were like, what the hell is that?
You're killing me.
Remember the little squeaky thing when I was like, I was working? Yeah, okay.
And it's like, holy smokes, you actually do dental stuff out of your house, which is cool.
Yeah.
So
I work with that material a lot, and I mean, I don't know, like, what was said about, like, what is it supposed to do? You just want to see what happens? That's all?
Yeah, like
how the light travels, I'm assuming.
Yeah, curing teeth in zero gravity, curing dental work in zero gravity. That's
and it is interesting because this thing, I have one, and I'll show you later. It's you may have seen it. It's like a really blue light, really bright blue light. Sometimes when I'm working, and I'll show it to you guys later. But it's like a mini sun. That's what I call it for the kids when we're curing the brackets to their teeth, because I work in orthodontics.
Right.
And it's the same light cure thing. And so they're like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, it's like a mini sun. It like literally is, because it's when we're working in the sunlight, when the sun starts to set, and we have to watch out. We have to really go fast, because the sunlight also will cure the adhesive. and it's ultraviolet. So, but this thing's like super ultraviolet. Like it's actually almost violet. It's so ultraviolet. No, but I'm just kidding. But no, it's really bright. Like you have to wear these orange glasses. I know, it's a blonde stoner moment. So you have to wear these really, really orange glasses. Otherwise, you will go blind. Like if you accidentally look at this thing for more than a second or two, it hurts. And it's scary. I've gotten scared. I'm like, oh my God, did I burn my freaking retinas or what? So I just like, I mean, if they want to see how the light travels, because you have to be within 8 millimeters of the tip of the light source to the adhesive to have it fully curable at its maximum cured potential, whatever. And so I guess in essence, you'd want to see how the light scatters maybe in zero gravity, but it's like, shouldn't you already know that by the way light travels through space?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't think of anything beneficial you're going to get from. I think they were just trying to entertain.
It's the same light. It's the same ultraviolet light. Just look at the sun. Like it's stupid.
It's a silly experiment, and it means nothing because there's nobody up there doing experiments. They're all just doing it down here.
Well,
and
when we're taking people to Mars, we need to work on their teeth, and whatever. They're just trying to back up the propaganda and
whatever. Oh, so frustrating. So unbelievable.
So that's all on my list.
That's it? That's all you got?
That's it. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, fine. What else was I was gonna tell you? Just to let you know, in case you hadn't heard, I didn't actually. Should have been part of my announcements. The Question Everything conference is happening down in Los Angeles in February. So, and I will be attending. I will be speaking and as far as I know, I will not be leaving early. I've made a decision, by the way. If I run, I'm going to go completely the other direction now. Because I've already made my general statement. So if I run into a celebrity that I don't think should be there, let's say Matt Lauer shows up, right, or Harvey Weinstein or something like that, I will actually address them publicly and make a hell of a lot of noise. So there you go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, if Harvey Weinstein shows up, I'll help you with that one for sure.
Well, I'm sure there's other people that would assist me in such a thing. But now I've decided I'm going to just sit there and yell at the top of my lungs and
I like that approach. It's a working pro. Hopefully there won't be anybody.
Hopefully not. Well, like there's certain people, like let's say Charlie Sheen shows up. It'd be like, oh, dude, seriously? Really? And he'd be like, yeah, where's the VIP lounge? And like holding
the
big
cocaine.
Yeah, exactly, like a big bag of coke. It'd be like, oh crap, we have to go to break. So we gotta go. Sorry, I'd love to finish the coke story. I'm not going to. Anyway,
cool,
I will.
Cool. Have a good night, Mark.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
You're listening to the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
Welcome back to Strange World Part 2 of 4. We are taking calls this evening, and I would like to apologize in advance for the people that listened to the beginning of the show and thought that it was actually December 14th, and they're scrambling around looking at their phones going, wait, Is he calling? Is he doing a show from the future? Is this all pre-recorded? No, sorry. It's supposed to be December 4th, not the 14th. Whenever I honestly don't know what day it is half the time. And so I look up at this clock that I have that's sitting up on top of this bookshelf, and it says literally, like right now, it says Tuesday evening, 7:32 p.m., December 4th, 2018. Even has the year in big letters. And for some reason, I don't know what it was, I saw December 14th. Who knows? Maybe, again, it was a Man-Delta effect. Who knows? Anyway, it's a call-in show. So let's pick up some calls. We're going to do 854 first, then probably 304, 845, 585, and so on. So let's grab 864 right now. 864, you're on with Strange World. What are we talking about?
Just Jack.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. You said 854 and then you said 864, so I wasn't really sure you were talking about me. But
sorry, that's because I'm old and I've been drinking some wine, and so the numbers are even fuzzier than usual. And so yeah, it looked like.
And I think the redheaded Canadian was right as well.
Wait, what did I say? No. He's not right about that.
I didn't hear the rocket ship.
No, I never say. Wait, do you think I say rocket ship? No, I definitely don't say rocket ship.
No. I didn't. I'm saying I didn't hear spaceship at the beginning of the intro today. I could have missed it, but I didn't hear it.
What would I say instead of spaceship? Broadcasting you from a large.
I don't know. I think you just went into it and skipped it, but I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. It's
man,
possible.
now you guys are like messing with me because look, I changed a lot.
When he was saying it,
was it the
when
way
he
I
was
said?
saying it, I was like, I think he's right. I didn't hear him say it.
Great. Now the peanut gallery is going to have to rewind to the beginning, and he's like scrambling, going, "Wait, what did he say?" I mean, that line literally has not changed in months. I mean, it's the same. I use the same sheet that's on. It's just this little notepad document with that I just start changing the stuff. But that first, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, how are you? And by the way, you probably already knew that there's going to be a conference in North Carolina coming up in the spring.
I had heard about that, yes.
Yeah.
I haven't got the details about it, but I'd like to find out more about it.
I'm going to find out the
because that is right in my neck of the woods.
Yeah. And same with Karen. As she's that's in her neck of the woods as well. And
yep.
It's a completely different conference than the other one. And these guys contacted me. In fact, I'm going to do a conference call with them tomorrow and find out a little bit more about it. But they should be announcing it shortly. And I'm going to tell them, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to make another announcement, too, because we're going to have kind of a throw-together, shindig, get-together down in Florida,
Nice.
Probably the spring.
Cool.
So, yeah, and that's going to be like, it's basically just everybody hanging out, and, if you want to share, you can share, but, it's not going to be very rigid. It'll be very free. In fact, we were kind of going with the whole, flat stock.
Right. Flat stock.
Get it? Yeah.
Well, kind of like the flat
barefoot music, food,
Yeah. Nice.
So the other thing I wanted to mention is aplanetruth.info. If y'all don't watch that channel, you need to watch it. Talks a lot about the directed energy weapons and weather manipulations and the FEMA camps and stuff like that. He does a lot of good stuff.
Nice.
I just wanted to mention that too.
Cool.
And I have conference withdrawal, so definitely looking forward to that North Carolina thing.
I think everybody does.
And,
go ahead.
Yeah, when you go, it's kind of like a bittersweet thing because it's kind of like, yeah, I got to see all those people, but then like now I've got to see all those people, so now I miss them.
Yeah.
It was different when it was just over the keyboard. But
no, 2019 is going to be a big year. There's going to be a lot of things happening all over the place, and I've got meetup requests. People want me to do promos for meetups that they're already scheduling them for January, and I'm going, okay, well, I'm not going to build them yet because if I build them now in the beginning of December, I don't, people are going to forget about them by the time January rolls around. But it should be a lot of fun. So, in fact, I'm starting off my thing with the Question Everything 2019 in Los Angeles, and then we'll see what happens after that.
I don't think I'll be able to make that, but
it's all right. I mean, it's going to be fun. I mean, Los Angeles, I've gone down there enough times recently that it's I'm getting kind of used to it. So it's I'm should be a fun time.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are out there, that I see all the time. Poncho Pete's group. The Hollywood Flat Smackers now.
Oh yeah.
Dan the Waterman and Uber Josh and all of them are out that way. Yeah.
Nathan Gonzalez. Yeah, a lot of great people out there.
Over here on the East Coast, it's either most people are too far north or too far south of me because I'm right in the middle. So
right.
it's kind of I'm kind of stuck in the middle of a soft place and a loving place. So
nice.
But I appreciate you, Mark, and I appreciate you keeping going. And I heard that interview that you did last. Where was it at? Some British group, right?
The University of Victoria.
Some college British group, right?
Yeah. Five amped up Victoria students that wanted to give me a piece of their mind on a podcast.
Yeah, and I found it very interesting because it seemed like it was split down the middle. Half of them were interested, the other half were just pissed off.
Yeah, well, there was a couple guys there that they were digging in pretty good, and it didn't surprise me. That the odds say that that's going to happen, and I was glad that they were being honest. Once they saw their inroad, once they knew that I wasn't going to completely come at them, they were taking swings, and it's great. It's like good for you. Get it out of your system now, because it's not going to stop. So.
Well, I mean, the thing is that, they're going to try to find better proofs to disprove the flat earth, and it'll make their globe fall apart even more. So it's a good thing. It's always a good thing.
Yeah. I enjoyed that one. I also enjoyed the NPR one that I did, because that one I was sandwiched in the middle between, they had three guests in a row, and the guests couldn't talk to each other. And they had the guy from the New York Times, the editor from the New York Times. He opened. He hates me. Then it was me in the middle, and then I was immediately followed by a psychiatrist who didn't hate me. And psychiatrists aren't, they're trained not to say, horribly negative things. They're not going to come and say, well, that man is obviously effing nuts. They're not going to do that.
Right.
It was good. I liked it. And
it's amazing though. It's like the whole psychiatry thing, obviously that came with the Behind the Curve documentary. Right. And now it seems to be the whole swing, right? It's all about, it's a mental thing. It's not a reality thing.
Right. What is going
where
on?
Are the scientists, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Kind of like,
you got scientists and you got newspaper people. Where are the scientists? Where are the people that are supposed to have the answers for us?
Yep. And the perfect example of that would have been the CBS piece where Patricia was in at that meetup down in California. And they interviewed that guy, again, some of you guys have already heard this, where he'd won Jeopardy 5 times, but they didn't say what he did. Yeah. And then you can look him up. He got his PhD.
And he has nothing to do with it.
No, he has PhD in political science. And it's like, that's the best you could do. And it wasn't a surprise to me. Just about every media person I've ever talked to that tried to find a scientist, they cannot get one to go on camera to talk about it. They won't do it.
Right.
They're scared to death. So.
Yeah, it's professional suicide. I mean, one way or another, whether they quote unquote win or lose, it's not going to be good on them.
Right. Exactly.
Because even if they think they win, there's going to be enough doubt, right? It's just like the court thing, right? You can't prove it 100%. There's going to be a reasonable doubt in there.
Yep.
So.
Yep, absolutely.
But keep it up, Mark. We're behind you.
Oh, I'm doing my best.
Take care.
Oh, and by the way, keep an eye out for the piece that I'm waiting for. And man, it'd really be nice if it was done before the end of the year. Is the National Geographic special that was shot?
Oh yeah,
summer.
Where's that at?
I know. I've talked to producers, and they're going, "Oh,
they
it's
said it by the conference." So
it's on the schedule. I know this, but it has not been released online. One of our guys saw it.
Yeah, Brian said he saw a commercial for it.
Yeah. So that's where I'm waiting for that one, because that's when they will try to paint us as a cult. And I'd be like, okay,
Well, I
bring
just
it.
hope they drop people's names, because if they drop anybody's name of the people that were there, any of the flat earthers that were there,
Yeah.
if they drop any name, they're going to find all the videos that debunk what they were doing.
Right.
And that's what we need. We need them to look into it. We need them to investigate it.
Agreed. All right, man. Hey, you have a good rest of your evening. We'll talk soon, okay?
You too.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Stay flat. Stay true. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Let's jump over to, we're going to grab 304. 304, you're on with Strange World. What are we talking about?
Hey, Mark. No, not much. How'd you like talking to Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park last week?
That was really interesting. That was a recommendation from Rob Skiba, where he said that, I was thinking about having him on. He was going to have him on his show, and he goes, you really should talk to him. I go, heck, I'll bring him on now. And I called this guy, and it's not often you can get a paleontologist that looks like a paleontologist. I mean, the long white beard and the glasses and the funny hats, and he's been on digs all over the place, and really enjoyed talking to him. And he's got a list of things on. I've got his Q&A list on my machine. It's huge, and I couldn't even get through a third of it. So it was great. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But like you and Jack were just talking about why scientists won't come and on a news company show and talk about flat Earth. It's the same reason why Joe Taylor says some of his paleontologists have went against the mainstream when they found blood in the bone of dinosaurs, and carbon dating method is all jacked up.
Yeah. Again,
64 million years ago they died off when they're actually died off real recent, thousands of years.
To clarify for people, because I know that in the flat Earth community, one of the side effects of being in flat Earth is that you have extreme open-mindedness, and there's a lot of flat Earth people that will say, well, the dinosaurs didn't exist at all. I go the other direction. I say, no, they existed. They're just not millions of years old. That the carbon dating. I have never had faith in the carbon dating system ever. And that's what a lot of it's based off of. And yeah, of course, a lot of the bones in museums are fabricated from other pieces, because why wouldn't you? I mean, we make replicas of all sorts of stuff because you want to show it to as many of the general public as possible. But I do believe some bones are real. I just don't think they're very old. So I don't think it's a nice balance between the two. That way but yeah, it falls more into the creationist camp, but I'm not ashamed of that. So.
No, I agree. Speaking of creationists, did you catch the pot that got stirred this past weekend and last weekend?
The what?
The pot that got stirred. I mean, in your opinion, what defines a witch? A witch. You can use the Monty Python stuff all you want.
What? What? Which part? What happened last weekend?
Oh man. Well, you got to go watch Dean Odell's last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. All you had to say was Dean Odell. Yes, I saw what he was up to. I know that he's Dean. He's killing me. It's like, come on, man.
I know.
I had breakfast with that guy. Yeah, I had breakfast with that guy last year. And I know he's got to make a good showing for his congregation. But picking on people like one of my friends, Karen, singling out Karen just is like, are you kidding me? Come on. In fact, singling out Karen, here's the part that kills me. He was singling out Karen in one of his things, and yet not going after. In fact, Dave Murphy was the whole reason he went after Karen. And you probably know why, which is like, well, Dave Murphy out of England, who does a lot of good stuff, but just before he went to the conference, he made a video called Jesus Exposed, right? As you can imagine, it didn't score highly with the Christian community. The problem is that because of Dave's demographics, Dean Odell wasn't going to touch that with a 10-foot pole because he would be afraid that people would be screaming racism. So he goes after the easier of the two targets, and he goes after Karen. And it's like, come on, man, seriously, Karen's a really great person. It's not a witch, and even if Karen lived 200 years ago, I don't think she would be burned in the town square. So.
I know that. Yeah, that and Rob Skiba with all he does is done for that, and it's ridiculous, man.
Oh, Rob's been grief since day one, though. I mean, you gotta remember, he was ostracized the second he embraced flat Earth, even slightly. He was getting a lot of grief to where, remember, he tore down his whole website for 3 days and then resurrected, right afterwards. Sorry, I had to use that. It was too easy, but it was 3 days, and then he resurrected the website. So it was, but yeah, people picking on Rob. I mean, that was one of Tiger Dan's things, where he actually made a video. It's still on his website now, at Tiger Dan 925, where he said that Rob Skiba. He made a video saying Rob Skiba is the most horrible person ever. And I'm going, have you even met Rob Skiba? He's one of the straightest shooters I've ever met. I mean, he's a really, I mean, I consider Rob Skiba a fine example of integrity. And yet, the trolls, they have no shame.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Yeah, I kind of think that you jinxed Tiger when Patricia interviewed you on Other Hot Potatoes number 12, and you said Tiger Dan's going to be 13. Oh, he better run. He didn't run.
Oh, I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's MIA, and his site just keeps getting, subs. His sub count just keeps going up, and he hasn't made a video in over 2 years, and it's stunning that. But a lot of the stuff he still has really helps the Flat Earth community. I wish somebody could log into his account and take down the 5 videos he made against Flat Earth, but you know what? Whatever, it's fine. We'll live with it.
Yeah. That's good. But the last thing, just get you to comment on, and you can put me on mute, is the Mars rover. There's a lot of people that's like, oh, it's so fake. But go ahead and comment on that, and you can mute me while you're talking about it.
Okay. I will mute you right about now. Excuse me. A sip of wine. Mars rover is totally rubbish. There's nothing good about it, and it's just another drumbeat for space. That's all it is. Hang on here. Peanut Gallery saying, newsflash, have the date for NGTV, Monday, December 10th on the national. Oh, you actually have this. Monday, December 10th, which is on the National Geographic Channel, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. The show's name is National Geographic Explorer. So check it out. Thank you, Peanut Gallery, for looking that up. That's awesome. So now we get to finally see, after August, quite a few months, that finally see what National. But remember, they're one of the champions of science. I don't think they're going to be kind, but hey, who knows? I mean, I was there for almost all of it. And I don't think I was misquoted. They could try editing around me, but I don't think there's any soundbite they can use against us unless they heard me say death to all who oppose us. But they probably wouldn't put that in. All right, let's grab 845, shall we? 845. I have to do it, of course. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
New York, New York.
There you go.
With my vagabond shoes.
That's right.
Terrible, I know. I suck.
All right. Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good. Having fun, enjoying the calls this evening. Wow. You've been going good. I haven't stopped laughing yet. and I even made a quick little list. Yes, you say it's on a spaceship. Sorry for Brian. That for Ginger. Sorry, because he's Canadian. And that UV bullshit. What are they doing with the teeth in space? And then I got to just go right to when is this conference? What's the deets? I got to know.
For North Carolina? It is going to be in the spring, and I'm going to find out the details hopefully by next show. I'm having a conference call with them tomorrow, and it's just a new group. And I knew this was going to happen. Producers are producers, and they're everywhere. And their job is to look for opportunities. And in this case, this guy is like, oh, I totally want to do it in, I think he said Asheville, North Carolina. And It's not going to be as fancy as Denver. It's going to be much more low key. I think it's going to be fairly cheap, and but it's going to be a great meeting.
Will we at least have running water?
Yes, no, of course.
As long as we got that, that's cool.
No, it'll be fine. It's not going to be like that. And I'm going to be speaking at it and doing a little presentation, and it should be a lot of fun. I've come up with some ideas. I've kind of put Karen under the bus here because I think Karen could be great, and it's also just Jack. It's in his neck of the woods, so it'd be great. So yeah, that's what I'm
Nice.
hoping everything will go. I will give you guys the details as soon as I can. The first thing I got to do though is once I get past the early meeting with those guys is because since I just found out about this 2 minutes ago, I want to know what National Geographic does with us. I'm very curious about that.
Right.
Remember, that's the Salton Sea experiment, guys. That's what. So we've made, oh my God, a dozen or more videos on Salton Sea at least. Really great videos done by Nathan and Uber and Sydney and all the guys that are down there, Wendell, so. Go ahead.
Weren't a lot of those videos done while they were actually doing their deal?
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It
Because
just
all those people were there.
Yeah, it takes a major network though a long time. For example, the Nat Geo team, they sent down I think a 6 or 8 man team. They hired local mercenaries, and then they have to send that. That's just all they do is capture footage. Then they send it back to New York, and then they have a post team then none of those guys were there. And they look through the footage and say, okay, we'll make it this way. So that's what we're kind of at the mercy of, which is how will New York spin it? Will they spin it that their experiment was a success and they found curvature? Probably, because they'll try to mimic what the Discovery Channel did. But they may surprise us. We'll see. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, probably not.
Nah. It's Nat Geo, right? I mean, they've got their own network.
You got to expect it.
It's geared up towards science, so it would be kind of like the History Channel or the Discovery Channel, or not necessarily sci-fi, but I think there is a Science Channel or the Space Channel. It'll be high profile. I'm hoping we can rip it and use some of it, and hopefully we don't get too many. Hopefully it's not blocked. That's all I care about. They're not going to copyright strike us, but I'm hoping that they don't block it in all countries, which would suck because then they'd be
right.
Because then it'll be an additional thing. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, I'll send it to you along with the survival guide and the coast to coast interviews, and because I'll just grab it and anyway, sorry, typing up the. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a quote for you from the Peanut Gallery. The truth can walk around naked. The lie has to be clothed, and that is a Yiddish proverb.
I'd like him or her to say it in Yiddish. Translate that.
I don't know much Yiddish.
Wow. Yeah. Actually, I know 2 curses in Hebrew, but I won't even say them on air.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't say them. I mean, it's not that this is a family show or anything. It's not like Disney owns us.
Right. By the way, I say I throw F-bombs all the time.
Well, there's that, and we'll talk off air about. You can tell me the jokes off air. I have to mention something to you real quick though, because I just thought of it yesterday because I was taking a family member to a doctor's appointment yesterday, so I just had to spend the night in a hotel.
Yeah, I hope everything's okay.
We're working through it. It's a process. But I'm sitting there. I had my own room, and I was watching a bunch of superhero movies. They were on in a row. The December's like this. Plug his show. Okay, plug your show real quick.
I was going to get to Night School, yes. Thursday nights, Night School with me, Shauna, and the other guy, Brian. Night School, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. That's Night School, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome.
With Shauna, myself, and the other guy, Brian. So I was practicing that earlier.
I was watching a series of Marvel movies, an Avengers movie and a Captain America movie and an Ant-Man movie. And I realized, because I'm a big audio.
Nice. Oh, I watched those, yeah.
And I was listening to the sound effects, and I all of a sudden realized I was hearing a few, not a lot, but I was hearing a few Star Wars sound effects in the Avengers movies. And I mean, they were barely
Really?
masked. And I was going, why would they? And then, of course, it occurred to me, of course they would do that because Disney owns both franchises. And when you own both franchises,
Sure.
the sound effects are now considered common ground for whatever, because you own the copyrights to both. So you can kind of mix and match you want. And I'm going, oh, it's very clever. Let's see what you did there. And also why, real quick, I know we're going to do a commercial in a second, why in like the second Avengers movie, The Age of Ultron, why they had that Pinocchio reference. You know, there's no strings on me, the whole Ultron, he's a puppet without strings.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
because it's a freaking
yeah.
Pinocchio Disney reference.
That's Pinocchio. Yep.
You snuck that. You put a Disney writer into the Avengers. Clever. Anyway, we're going to break.
And it's subliminal too.
I know it is. Hot sex. We'll talk to you after the show, okay?
Okay. The secret of...
Nope. Oh, I cut him off. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Ella.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Major Kong. I'm ready to target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators. What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Alright, tell you what you better do, old buddy. You better give Elmo and Charlie a flash, man. Bump everything up to condition written. Stand by the floor on your head. Major Kong. Major Kong. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Clear and plain and coming through fine.
What about
It's great to be fine.
What about Major
What's
Kong?
happened? You see the string in my legs, Carl.
What about Major
I
Kong?
never told you.
Hey, what about Major Kong?
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4, and I'm hoping everybody can hear me just fine because the sound effects that are coming through the microphone are pretty weird. Okay, I think we're good. Hopefully I didn't get cut off just then. Anyway, it's part 3 of 4. We're doing a call-in show. Phone number is 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. I will pick up some of these calls. I'm going to grab 585 first and then 701-530-910. And I wanted to read a thing from the Peanut Gallery, which says, because he was looking up the show. It's going to be finally for the National Geographic thing. Is going to be December 10th, and the little description on it goes something like this. Phil Keoghan visits the Paranal Observatory in the Atacama Desert. Marion Van Zeller, who I actually talked to for some time, speaks with members of the Flat Earth movement. Albert Lynn explores the potential of hibernation on Mars and how lemurs can help. And then meteorite trading in Morocco. So, yeah, 3 science-based things and us jammed right in the middle of it. So check it out, December 10th on National Geographic Channel. In fact, I will make sure that I record it on this side and see if I can get a copy. But I will put it up online as soon as I get it, and hopefully it doesn't get blocked. So, that being said, let's go out to 585. 585, you're on with Strange World right now. Pick up the phone, Rochester, New York. Come on. Don't make me say it. I can hear you in the background. 585. You watching television? What's happening here? All right, I'm putting you back on mute. We may come back to that person. Let's go over to 701. 701 area code. You better be better than 585. 701. Oops. 701. 701. Are you there?
Oh, there you go. I am here. Here.
All right. What's
Traveling along as usual.
You're in a truck.
Yeah. Oh. Yes. I've been listening to you since Flagstaff. I'm in Arizona.
Nice.
I-40 following the Mother Road. And I had a couple of questions. Well, first of all, I wanted to say, you and the Mark from New York, you know, you guys are an item now. You know, not a show can go by without you guys bantering back and forth, and I really enjoy it. So I'm sure other listeners do too. So,
well, thank you. He's great. I love talking to him.
I know. You guys sound like you just become really good friends over the course of time, and so really cool.
Nice.
So I wanted to let you know today, as we're going on I-40, New Mexico. No, it's in Arizona. I saw this big billboard, and it must be fairly new. And it shows an astronaut sitting on the rim of meteor crater. And it says, "Follow in the tracks of the Apollo astronauts. Visit meteor crater." I was like, oh my goodness, not another propaganda thing. And I'm wondering whether or not they actually trained there in some capacity, you know, and did footage there.
Maybe, but it's so obvious though, and since it's a tourist destination, they had to pick. I think they had to pick most of their landscapes where people didn't normally go, or people didn't take a lot of pictures. And so I think they picked parts of Greenland and Iceland and places on Hawaii, near Hawaiian volcanoes on top of it.
I understand. I don't understand the billboard then. If the astronauts weren't there, then why say follow in the tracks of the Apollo astronauts?
Oh, yeah.
To the meteor crater.
Got a point.
Yeah, but I have to look into that one. So.
All right.
But it's fairly new because I've never seen that one before. And the other question I had, I was going to ask you last week, but I didn't get a chance to, is a sun-related question. I'm wondering if you know anybody in the flat Earth community that can answer the question about the solar minimum. Because there's a lot of talk right now that we're entering into like a mini ice age and that we're going into another grand solar minimum. And how does that work if the sun is so much smaller?
I don't think it does. I don't think it does work as advertised. Your best bets for the sun stuff, I would go with 3 different guys. I would go with DITRH first. That's Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. I would go with Zeticism.com. That's Jeffrey Grupp, and I would go with Rob Skiba third for that. Those would be my. But I don't know if solar minimum's really been covered. But it can't work as advertised. I know that much. Solar minimum.
I don't think it can. I know they've been recorded. They actually occur, but I don't think it can be in the way that they say. Oh, the geomagnetic. I'm sure it's magneticism that goes on, but just not in the way they're explaining it. Yeah. So, didn't know if anybody has covered that one yet.
I haven't. That's a good one. I have not, I've been doing this for a few years, and I have not really heard many people talk about the solar minimum to the point where I'm thinking, okay, I think you could count them on one hand. So if anyone's out there, they know of videos that have touched on the solar minimum, please let me know.
Okay, cool. I'm just thinking maybe it's like a dimmer switch, you just turn down the light a little bit.
It's easy enough to do. If the object is that small, if the light source is really that small, piece of cake. Yeah, I mean, it would be very easy to do. So.
Yeah, but what would cause that is what would be in everybody's mind. It's just
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna steal the dimmer switch idea because nobody's brought it up, and if anyone ever does, I'll go. You know what? I think it could be like a dimmer switch in a dining room. Yeah,
go ahead, take it.
Because people know what it is. I mean, that's one of those things where every child knows what a dimmer switch is because they pulled it off the wall.
I've been exactly. So I think I did that one too once before. But I've been watching these videos from a guy who has a channel called Adapt 2030. And he seems very, very knowledgeable about all of this, the minimums, and he goes back into history about when they've occurred, and so he totally debunks about the greenhouse gas effects and that we're in some sort of warming thing, which we're not. So, but he explains we're actually going into a mini ice age. So, but
You know what? I don't know
theory
if I buy it.
yeah.
I'm sorry. They can remove
I
the
don't know
global.
either.
Look, I was getting 3 weeks ago. I was actually getting a tan up here in Seattle, right in November, middle of November.
Yeah.
You would have, if I would have tried that 20 years ago, or when I was growing up before I went to Boulder, Colorado, I would have died of exposure. I mean, it was Seattle is not known for their tanning weather, right? And it was, and I was getting it on a regular basis. So sorry, if you want to call it climate change, that's one thing, but the temperatures have been going up around here. So if they're getting cold,
well, he shows how unbalanced the whole thing is. Like, it's warm in certain parts where it shouldn't be warm. It's cold where it shouldn't be cold. Like right now, it's 33 degrees in Arizona here, and it was 60 degrees in Pennsylvania just a couple days ago. So it was kind of weird.
I like to call it wild weather. Anyway, anything else before I send you back off?
No, no, that's all.
Okay.
Thank you for hearing me out there. So I'll look into their channels and see if they've got anything on that.
Yeah, no worries. And if anything else comes up, feel free to reach out. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mark.
Good one. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care.
All right. So before I take the next caller, which is going to be 530 area code, I want to mention real fast because I hear that people or somebody is giving me grief because I'm not mentioning the Flat Earth Fury in Philly event. It's December 8th at 11 a.m. in Love Park. So if somebody is listening to this and they know any more details besides that it's going to be December 8th at 11 a.m. in Love Park, it's going to be a flat earth activism thing, I believe. And honestly, I haven't made the promo for it because I don't know if anybody sent me anything. And you know me, I make a lot of promos. So if you have any more than that, let me know. That's my promo for you. And being that tomorrow is the 5th, not the 15th, I will make a promo for you. You just shoot me the thing, and I can get it done in usually about half an hour, give or take. All right, let's go to 530 area code. Are you there?
Yes, I am, Mark. This is your new friend, William. How are you doing today?
I am doing fine, William.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just got back from gym. Very tired. I'm sorry, I can't do this no more. What's up, Mark?
Nice. I was about to say, if you would have kept doing that,
help it.
I would have had some problems because then I wouldn't be able to talk normal because I usually start parroting people.
I know.
Talking like
I do the same thing.
Like, hey, did you check out steam bath at gym? I ain't going to steam bath lots.
It's funny, every time when I was in Korea, I would speak with a Korean accent.
Imitating Koreans?
Down in San Diego, if I was in...
What happened to him? Why is the sound...
Oh, shoot, did I have my ear?
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
530. Did anyone... by the way, did anybody else lose him besides me? Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Now, but I want to know if anybody else heard what I just heard, which was you apparently were talking and I couldn't hear you. And hang on, Peanut Gallery says we hear him. But did you always hear him? Did you hear him when was he talking? Aha, see? I knew it. Okay.
Hello, test.
Okay,
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Well, tell me your story.
You were actually going in and out when I was listening on the way back from the gym. So what was I saying?
When you were in Korea, we heard him.
Yeah, I would find myself talking with an accent just like that, or down in San Diego when I would go to Tijuana, I'd talk with with an accent. I don't know why, but I just did. So I don't know. But today was a lot better day driving than it was last week. I was driving through a hurricane last Tuesday. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, yeah. So it was a bit nicer. So I just wanted to thank you, Mark, for forwarding that one email. I appreciate it. That was good. And from the general. And other than that, I just want to encourage people out there. I like that quote that someone said, the truth doesn't have to wear clothes. And I guess that's true.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's
So
true.
anyway, I just would like to encourage people out there that, truth is truth, and it shouldn't have to hide. It shouldn't have to, but, sometimes people aren't ready for it, I don't think. And so you just got to, like you said, size them up and just be gentle.
Yep.
Goodness, you
Yeah.
gotta be gentle sometimes.
I can't criticize too many people because remember we used to be them, and it would be hypocritical.
Exactly, I know.
Hypocritical. I can't yell at people. It's like, you're an idiot for not believing me. It's like, are you kidding? 4 years ago, I would have laughed myself out of the room. So now I just have to be as patient as possible, which is good that all my professional training has gotten some secondary use. Yeah. And I don't mean all the firearm stuff from the agency. I mean the high level tech support stuff that I did. So.
Yeah, I have to make do with just the old stuff. So, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started emailing a few people and just reaching out slowly and being careful. Like I said, I was really lucky to have a brother in the Lord that the first person I ever told, total not normal reaction. Yeah, they probably are lying about that. I've been able to talk to him about it for quite a while. But in the 3 years, it's been really tough pickings, though, to be honest.
I bet.
But I think it's getting easier.
Yeah.
So just to encourage people just to do your own research and look into it yourself. That's the bottom line. Real quick, if I can, what was so fascinating about this when I heard your clue for the first time 3 years ago was I had been listening to Ravi Zacharias, and I don't know if you know who he is. He's a Christian apologist, who's someone who specializes in defending the veracity of the Bible.
Okay.
And he said that when it comes to truth and you search for a worldview, in a court of law, lawyers look for two things: coherence and correspondence. Coherent means it has to make sense. We have to be able to grasp it and understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to NASA and all the formulas and data that comes through computers, well, who can comprehend that? Nobody. It's an elite few. And so that literally passed that test. And then it has to correspond to reality. And so all these tests everyone's doing, and all we do is get made fun of, but it doesn't match reality. We can't find the curve. And so I was blown away that I had studied that about Ravi Zacharias in defending the faith, and then this happens. And so I really was sold from the get-go for some reason. Plus, about 40 Bible verses made sense right off the bat. Yeah, I didn't understand how others didn't. So that's been tough. So I guess that's about it for this time, Mark. And it's great chatting. I will leave you with one quote, if you don't mind.
Sure.
And it is this: "He who has made no mistakes has done nothing."
Nice. It's good.
And who was that? My dad.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you for that. All right, man. Hey,
that's something he's always good.
You have a good one.
Yeah,
We'll talk soon. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Okay. Bye.
All right. Let's jump over to 425 area code 425. You're on with Strange World. What is happening?
Yeah, always a great show, Mark. So I'm going to call on your expertise because there are certain things that you keep track of that people don't. Now, as you know, I look at the big picture, both geopolitical, the economic, and I can kind of tell where everything's going. We can watch what happened with the midterms where they had to set up the left-right, Democrat, Republican false paradigm. All the elections they stole, they just kind of gave it up. They got us in this narrative. And now we have this big thing where, as far as the economics, everybody's pretty much saying, look, we got a big bump in the road. We're going to have a worldwide collapse. Some people think it's going to be early next year. It'll first start on a Friday with a cyber attack. Internet will go down, and then we'll get the one worldwide economic Great Depression, and then shortly after that, probably a war with Russia. Or so anyway, these things are pushing really hard. Now, I happen to know that most of the elite, almost all the elite, because they have the time and they're smart enough, know that the earth is flat. And so you have that matrix that I know is pushing them. I think to some extent it caused a civil war in the political realm when people realized, wait a minute, because all the way up into 3 or 4 years ago, really until you took Flat Earth retail, and you were really the one that broke it open coast to coast, and when you thought Flat Earth Clues,
Thanks.
Matt Powerlin, they were off there in the distance, but I mean, you really took it to, it was really retail. So here's what I need from you, Mark.
Yeah.
You watch the numbers on Google.
Right.
You watch the exponential growth of Flat Earth.
Right.
And outside of that report, that poll that we had just a couple of years ago, or not even a year ago, 10,000 people, 40% of millennials didn't believe that the Earth was a spinning ball. They didn't say the Earth was flat. But still, if you game that out, that's 100 million Americans that are unsure of what we live on in the construct. Right. When you take a look at the numbers, what are you seeing as far as the exponential rate? I mean, are we into a period where Flat Earth is like almost at a rocket launch, or is it more like a plane takeoff, or
I think it's more like I think kind of like in between, where it's like a steep plane takeoff, where the numbers, well, it got bad enough to where, as you know, that YouTube tore down their own scoreboard. That's how, after they had stunted us twice, which was surprising to me, where, the survey you're talking about, the u.gov survey, which was done by a British scientific research firm, just on their own, completely unsolicited by us. They did their thing, and the numbers were getting really, really high. And then earlier this year, we passed the president of the United States. We were coming in on the relevant search results on YouTube. We were at 20.9 million, and he was at 20.8. And I didn't think we were even going to catch him for another 4 or 5. Caught him like right then and there. And then within just a few weeks, they tore down the YouTube scoreboard to where search results are now gone. They have been removed from YouTube, to where you can't even look it up. You have to go to Google, and hopefully, the numbers fluctuate quite a bit there. But it's still ramping up ridiculously high, to where now we've got hundreds of regional meetups, conferences in I don't even know how many countries. I mean, hell, as you know, the first documentary that was released, Behind the Curve, and that thing wasn't supposed to do anything, and we made it to 21 film festivals in 7 countries. Including, I think we won an award in Oregon in one of the festivals there. It was crazy. And that's just the first documentary. So I'm hoping that what you're saying, I have been kind of keeping my eye on the geopolitical stuff as well. The stuff in France has been getting a little dicey, and I'm a little surprised at that. And if there is going to be some sort of collapse, I mean, there's going to be pain along with, pain comes with change. I just hope that, when the dust settles, something good comes from it, but I know that you probably have a different opinion on it.
Right. Well, no, actually, I do. I think they're actually going to go for the internet. A lot of people say because the internet commercially is worth 100 or 200 billion to this economy, they wouldn't touch it. But when all this comes down, it's going to go right down to the ground. They're going to have to reset the dollar, and they're going to rebuild the internet. And they've had enough of Flat Earth. In fact, they've had enough of the alternative truth movement. I mean, there's now stories coming out of California where people are running the serious numbers of the amount of people that are missing, and some people are suspecting it could be as high as 20 to 50,000 people may have perished. I mean, they're finding rows and rows of cars in which they're finding people's teeth in the springs of the cars where they were just burnt to the ground. Some kind of super weapon they got. But I hope this is not going to be the bust up. But I'm fearing for it, because I think everybody is waking up to Flat Earth, and when you wake up to Flat Earth, the veils come off your eyes, scales, and you can start to see the world plainly, and it's kind of a scary place. But always a great show, Mark.
Well, thank you.
Keep up the good work. I mean, you do a lot of work. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. You have a good rest of your evening. All right, let's jump over to 910. 910, you got 3 minutes until we go to our final break. Are you there? Wow, my interface is just giving me a heck of a time. 910, are you there? We got 3 minutes to the break.
Wow, got a lot to say. To the lady talking about the weather and the weather changes, to the guys talking about the weaponry and what's going on in California and all these things, let me just say that temperature and air currents and all these things play a major role in our flat Earth. And what I want to say about that is everything seeks an equilibrium. You got hot that goes to cold, cold that goes to hot. We have the sun and moon. They follow each other. The sun's hot, the moon's cold. When you have extreme heat, now you have this storm that the weather has changed in the last 30 minutes at 6 o'clock on the East Coast. They said it wasn't going to snow. Now it's going to snow, and ice is going to come from the West Coast all the way across to the East Coast. We're going to have a major storm. So we're going to have snow and ice go all the way across the country. Okay.
All right.
Now, when you have this heat over there, like I'm saying, so hot's going to follow cold, and cold's going to follow hot.
Right.
So you're going to have these extreme temperatures trying to equalize. Mark, I want to really commend you on your show, man.
Well, thank you.
Actually, you are one of the best talk show hosts. I mean, you're one of the best flat Earth talk show hosts on TFR. I got to say that by far.
Thank you.
To anyone else who doesn't know how to run a call board, doesn't know how to pick up the phone, who puts people on mute, and then talks about chicken soup for 30 minutes, these guys who don't take calls and sit there and talk to each other, like they're in a private conversation.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy that at all. I don't trust that at all. I don't enjoy it at all.
Okay.
Rob Skiba, I love your show, Rob Skiba. I called in. You did a call-in show. I called in. I was on hold the whole show.
Oh no.
know. So, so if you are listening, you pick up 910 if you do a call-in show. I got some good information for you. Cool. I got some new things for you. So,
all right, you got about.
I hope you have a good evening, man.
Oh no, you still got 30 seconds. If you want to use it, go ahead. Go. 30 seconds.
Okay. You should come to Myrtle Beach, man. If you're coming in the spring, I live in North Carolina. That's like an hour from me.
All right.
So
well,
if anyone's here in North Carolina,
you should come to this event that's going to be in Asheville apparently in the spring. I mean, it's going to be a pretty cool thing. I will be speaking there, so they called me first.
Okay, well, I might meet you there, man.
All right.
And I'll give you one piece of one. I'll give you one more thing.
Quick.
I used to call in about the eye color and everything. I want you to look.
Remember you.
Yeah. If you want to know if your skin is toxic and you need to do a cleanse, if you look at your outer color part of your eye, if you got a dark ring that goes on the outer color part of your eye, you're kind of toxic. You need to do a cleanse because that color should go all the way to the outside. You should not have that ring around your eye.
All right, and with that,
just giving you some health information.
Thank you.
Everyone.
We're going to our final break, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right, bro.
No hate, no hype, no fear. We are TFR, your protection from deception.
Welcome back to Strange World, part 4 of 4. Yeah, earlier we heard a 3-hour Justin Bieber whine-a-thon. Before that, it was the Taylor Swift Hour of Power. But just then, that was Joe Jackson stepping out from his album, Night and Day. So, this is the last chance for you guys to call in this evening. Phone number is 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. Or the old phone number, which is 720-897-6111. And believe it or not, I only have one call on the board right now. I've got this 585 number. 585, I'm going to pick you up just because, you know what, morbid curiosity. Are you there? No, 585 is not there. In fact, I don't hear anything at 585 right now. I got nothing. Oh, and Peanut Gallery says, give out the UK number, because UK calls like ever. I get Canadian calls. You got to remember, if UK's calling, it's, what is it, 2 in the morning? In fact, it's not. It's 8, 9, 10. It's like 4 in the morning over there. Nobody's up in the UK right now. They're 8 hours ahead of us. I'm just saying. Anyway, so if anyone wants to call in right now, feel free. The phone lines are open. They are. I mean, yes, I see the people that have called in already. I'm not going to pick you up again. Oh, there's one. That didn't take long. Let's pick up this one right here. All right, 850, you are on with me. What are we speaking of?
We are speaking of great callers. Oh, my goodness. What a great night.
Yeah, pretty busy group. This is
Constance bothering you again.
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything. I mean,
no, I'm not Wes. Don't give me that sign.
No. No, you could never be Wes. Don't worry about that.
Hallelujah. I love you, Wes.
No, you don't.
One is enough.
Well, my lawyer actually says that I can only do one restraining order at a time. So apparently because my retainer with him is not very large. So what can I do for you this evening?
Well, I want more bang for my buck.
Yeah.
Let's see. All I heard was, I only have one call, and then it was gone. I'm like, But no, I'm just so appreciative of, like he said, the call-in shows because of people sharing what they're catching on to.
Right.
And what's better than that? That's a meetup right there. Every week we've got something to turn to.
That's true.
And a way to get in touch with people, even if it's in the chat room. I mean, we just feel like family all the time.
Do.
So
we do. I love
cool.
the Flyers community. It's very positive, and yeah, of course, every once in a while, people, just because you're flat earthers doesn't mean you don't go through bad times. And people, there's highs and lows, but for the most part, it's a very, very supportive group. And why wouldn't it be? Because once Flat Earth opens up your head, you become, I'm not going to start singing Kumbaya, but you become a lot more compassionate to your fellow human. So why not? And I mean, people that have done the meetups and gone to we've all seen it. Everybody's just jacked up. They're really, really positive about everything.
Yeah.
So.
And it's, even then, it's still like Thanksgiving dinner where the black sheep of the family get together.
It does have that little, only with more alcohol and drugs.
It's real.
So.
Yeah, it's just real, and I'd rather have that.
Hello.
So, everyone can handle a good little smack now and then.
Yeah,
anyway.
and by the way, I'm sorry. Apologize to people that are listening and thinking that I'm trying to cut people off, because what's happening is, and I probably should have redone the connection because it was happening in minute 1, but I've been kind of been able to compensate for it, which is every once in a while I can't hear the caller, and I don't know. And everybody else is in chat has said, "Oh no, they sound perfectly fine." Yeah, but that's because you don't have the phone lines going through your machine. I've got this call board going through my machine, and so it's okay. Don't worry.
Right.
So if it sounds like I'm being weird, or it's not it's not me. I mean, yes, I'm weird anyway, but it's mostly because of the machine. But that's okay. We only got 20 minutes left, and then we're done.
Right.
So what else is going
on? Well, I'm having to rejoin the workforce if that works out, and hating it, just like Cammy and some other people having to, you have to pay the bills, right?
Yes.
So it's, I went into grieve mode, like I'm going to have no time for Flat Earth anymore.
Oh, no.
Get over it. I just have to use my time more wisely, but so far, still waiting to hear, so... If this one doesn't work out, then I got to really start pounding the pavement. But,
best of luck to you.
It'll be fine because I'll be flat smacking.
Good.
Yeah, I'm just going to use it as a means to truth smack people gently, of course. But I do have a unique way of doing it, and I pay attention to people first. I try to get a reading, so to speak, and size them up. And I'm constantly blurting little things that kind of go, huh? and I see who bites the bait, and we go from there.
Nice.
So that's my style. I don't tell anybody how to do theirs. I love everybody's unique perspective, everyone's unique style, and I mean, you can't tell other people how to do their thing. You're not walking in their shoes.
Right.
So this is really cool to see people getting out there, doing their thing, and then just sharing it. And I feel sorry for the people that start knocking on them. They're doing something, and they're just awesome at it.
Yeah, you know what?
Thanks for you.
Everybody's got their everybody's got their own strengths, and like I couldn't do street activism really. Because street activism that takes a whole nother different group. I don't think I could organize my own conference.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, and other people that have done great things that are out there. I mean, I couldn't write a Flat Earth song if my life. Well, I mean, I suppose I could write the lyrics to it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So everyone, I mean,
everyone has a gift,
which is why I call it Flat Earth University. You know, there's so many different things you could do once you're inside, and once you're inside, you forever have a membership, which is also awesome, and you could never go back to the Globe University, which I haven't really talked about till just now, and you never ever want to go back. It's like, ooh, that place, yeah, I hated that place.
No,
I just didn't know it till I got to Flat Earth University. That was so cool.
Right. Yep. Oh, and we I don't go for Bible thumping either. I do believe I understand a lot of things because of the Bible. It has been a wonderful guide. It's an excellent treatise on humanity, on the nature of man and stuff like that. There's no putting, great psychologists have expounded upon these things and say, this is about as close to reality as it could possibly be. So I don't use it to pound on people. I just go, I just noticed something interesting, and it worked out for me, or it sounds familiar. This might help somebody. This helped me. That's all I do. I share from my point of view. I don't tell people you got to see it my way, or that doesn't work. It just doesn't work. All you can do is talk about what you see, and what you know is what you know, and it's not for everybody at that moment. They might hear you and think about it later and go, oh, I get it now. And that's fantastic. That's a seed that got planted, and then it sprouted at the right time.
Yep.
So no words should be wasted, and again, no silences either.
Nice.
They should be significant. They should be significant, memorable, and pay people. Get your list of great quotes together. You never know when you might need one.
Isn't that the truth?
Shout out to Peanut Gallery. It's fantastic. Did it go to break?
No, I'm sorry. I lost you for a few. I'm hopeful. I'll have to listen to what you said when afterwards, because I lost you for it's the phone lines. It's how I'm connected.
Oh.
Everybody else can hear you,
okay.
but unfortunately, I lose you for like 5-6 seconds.
Oh, you okay? I think I don't know what you missed, but I did a shout out to Peanut Gallery. So
oh well, I wouldn't.
After
worry
that,
about.
it went silent.
Okay, fine. He's got a quote for you. The quote says,
cool.
I don't need a friend who changes when I change and who nods when I nod. My shadow does that much better.
Absolutely.
Hang on.
Absolutely. Spot on, Peanut.
Don't encourage him. Seriously. He's bad.
Oh, come on.
All right.
He doesn't need propping up. He just pops.
Oh my God, that man is just horrible. Okay. Anyway, I can pick up another call, but thank you for reaching out.
Okay. Terrific. Love you. Love everybody. Shout out to anyone that's doing anything to go forward. Good night.
Bye. All right, let's jump over to 254 area code 254. You're on with Strange World and me during the last segment. What's happening?
What's up, Mark? It's Anna Honey.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, are you messing with me? Can everybody hear her and not hear me? Hang on one second. I'm going to mute her, put her back on.
I can.
All right. Now can you hear me?
I can hear you.
But you couldn't before.
No, I couldn't, but I can now. I wanted to tell you I have a new coined phrase. I coined tonight. Perception is 9/10 of the law. Oh, Mark.
It's all right. I'm getting bits and pieces. Everybody can hear you, though. So just keep talking. You're good.
Okay. Well, my son wanted me to ask you a question.
Okay.
Why are pizzas round and they come in a square box and then they cut them into triangles? And I cleaned that up a lot from the language he used.
Why are pizzas round, but they come in a box and they cut, or in a square box and they're cut into triangles? I don't know. That seems like the trifecta, doesn't it? That you're using triangles, circles, and squares all in the same thing. I actually love, now that you said that, I like pizzas even more just because of the geometry used.
Right? Anyway, I don't really have anything awesome or anything spectacular to say tonight. I just want to call and tell you, love you, man. Keep staying strong and doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you very much, and hopefully I can make it through the end of the show without too many more technical difficulties. Did she say no? Why? Wait. Peanut Gallery's saying peaches, not pizza. It's like, no, you meant pizza, like pepperoni pizza, right? You didn't mean peaches, did you?
No, pizza.
Yeah, so I don't know what
pizza,
Peanut Gallery.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's because let's say, I mean, yeah, round in a square box. Yeah, you could do that with peaches, but the triangles, you're gonna have a tough time with peaches, like Georgia peaches.
Yeah. Oh, and what do you think about our dearly departed president?
I don't really have an opinion one way or the other because I never voted. So, I mean, I know a little
You don't want to stir up anybody, but
no, it's not that. I just never voted. So it's like, And Peanut Gallery says, be nice, because when a celebrity dies, there's usually tech support problems, which we are having now. It's almost without fail that we have tech support issues if somebody dies. But I haven't.
Well, I will keep my mouth shut.
No, I haven't. I don't make fun of really any president when it involves death. No, I usually stay away from that. But no, I mean, look, he was, part of a presidential little mini dynasty, and he ran the CIA for a while, so that says something about the man. What his background was. So I don't really have an opinion. I mean, honestly, until I drove by the phone company here, and the flag was at half mast, and for example, all the government offices are closed tomorrow. I didn't understand why. It's like why? What happened? And it's like, oh, right, an ex-president died. I didn't realize that when a president dies, even if he's been out of office for 20 years, it's like he's still in office. So
right.
Well, there you go.
Well,
all right. Well, hey.
I said, long live the king.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
y'all have a blessed night.
You have a good night, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
And just like that, she was gone, and so was my call board. All right, let's try. Wow, it's definitely has to do with TFR, because what I can even tell you guys, I'll describe it to you. So I muted her, and then it unmuted her. It's like it reversed it on me. Whatever was happening. Jeez, I'm wondering if anything else is going to happen weird on me. Okay, so let's go to, where was I going to go to on this? I don't know. I don't have anybody new at the moment on the board. So if anyone wants to call in right now, and you've never called in before, and you don't have to feel nervous, it's just you and me, and whoever else may not be listening, you can call in. It's 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. And just like that, a call comes in from 514. It's international. Let's see what they got. 514, you're on with Strange World. What's happening?
Hey, Mark, it's Louis from Montreal.
Hey. What's up?
How are you?
I'm good.
Not too much. I was in my bed listening to you. Excuse me.
That's all right. I don't know if I have a comment of you listening to me in your bed. Hopefully, it's nothing.
Well, was it
tawdry?
No, I was just listening to you, and you have no caller, so I wanted to have a little encounter with a flat earther on because where I work, we're building a new restaurant, and beside there, there's a cafe.
Yeah.
So the guy's looking on his iPad. So I hear all these. I go look on it, and he's looking at conspiracies. So as he's looking, I go, "Oh wow, do you know about did you hear about flat Earth?" And then we started talking about flat Earth, and it was like my boss came in, he started listening to us.
Oh no!
Oh, it was so funny.
That's how it usually happens. People are talking about conspiracies, and that's how, there's so many conspiracies out there that you can bring up. Some are easier to bring up than others. I mean, there's generic ones like Bigfoot or aliens or the Loch Ness Monster. But yeah, now you can throw that flat Earth card down on the table, and you can say, "Oh yeah, flat Earth." That's what you really should be looking at.
Oh, my coworkers, they listen to conspiracy radio and stuff like that. So
nice.
What I do is I don't even say it. I just give them the flat sign. So if they understand what's that, then I know I know where they're going. They go, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You don't know this? No, okay. Then we'll speak another time. When you know this, you talk to me." All right. So have a good night. You're doing a great job there.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark.
Have a good night up in Canada. See ya.
Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So phone lines are still open, and you've got about 7 minutes. So if anyone wants to call in, be the second to the last caller or perhaps the last caller, by all means, 213-233-3998. That's 213-233-3998. And while we're waiting, let's recap real quick the subject matter experts I've had so far. Navy missile instructor, Air Force navigator, Marine Corps sniper instructor, Navy submarine chief, Army artillery radar operator, Australian intelligence officer, and American flight instructor, industrial engineer specializing in valves and seals, career surveyor of 32 years, international shipping expert, corporate travel agent, air traffic controller, United States Army master gunner, aviation and ground and people apparently don't want to have me rattle off that list anymore because now I'm getting calls. So let's grab 612 area code. 612, you're on with Strange World. Could you be the last call? I don't know. Maybe.
I figured, why not? No one else is calling in.
What?
I am your
what?
subject
How?
matter
Whoa!
expert.
How did? No, Wes.
Oh, nothing new. Yep.
All right. What do you want to say?
I'm your subject matter of nothingness. I talk about nothing. I know nothing. So,
okay. What nothing do you want to call it? What do you want to talk about?
I was trying to get Paul on the plane to call, but unfortunately his phone isn't working. So he was going to call you tonight.
He might be having a nap.
Yeah,
he might be having milk and cookies at this point.
Yeah, I think I kind of dozed for a few minutes there and then kind of jolted myself there.
Yeah.
But I always like going to bed when I'm listening to Mark Sargent on your show, It's very soothing voice.
Well, that's nice. I try not to be abrasive. You gotta remember the countless thousands of hours of support I've done. That was basically my tone.
Yes, I didn't mean in any way. I didn't want you to take me the wrong way. I didn't mean in any way that you were boring. I'm just saying you have a very soothing voice.
Well, thank you.
You should make get to bed easier videos or tapes or something. And make millions.
I don't know about that, but you know what? Nobody really told me for the longest time either until I was I think I was out of university. I would have girlfriends that would hang on the phone with me for a long time and then never knew why. Be like, "Tell me a story." And I was like, "What? Why do people want me to tell stories?" No idea why. They would never tell me why. It would be like this trick. I get calls in the middle of the night when I was in Colorado of people that would want me to tell them stories. And it's like, okay, but it's got to be a certain type of story. Yeah, it's kind of like a like a hot chocolate drink before you go to bed, type of thing.
Exactly. One of these days, Zulu's got to call in, like, what you doing? You'll just start up a conversation, and you'll be hearing first you'll hear, and then you'll hear.
That first part,
that's got to be
you got him down now.
The most I've ever. Yeah, that's the most I've ever heard you laugh ever. I mean, I'm glad. I must be doing my job right.
Oh, I don't tell a lot of jokes on this show, and I've unfortunately for me, I've listened to so much comedy over the years. I mean, you're old enough. The comedy greats coming through that nowadays. I mean, there's nothing really new out there, and so usually for me to get caught laughing, I've got to be somewhat surprised because I've heard so many great routines.
Right.
I used to laugh hysterically at all the old the great comedy albums that were coming through. So hang on, the Peanut Gallery is giving me another quote. Reality is frequently inaccurate. That's from Douglas Adams. And then plug the show for next Monday. What's NGTV? Oh, National Geographic show for next Monday. Oh yeah, National Geographic. Yes. It's going to be next Monday night, December 10th, and on National Geographic Channel. If you have it, it's going to feature Flat Earth. Where it looks like we're going to be right in the middle of it. So check that out if you get a chance. And I hate to do this to you, Wes, but there's some call coming in from New Mexico, and I'm going to make them the last one. Okay.
All right, I was going to just plug my show Saturday.
All right, plug it.
This Saturday, 1:00 p.m. Saturday night. There we go. Later. Bye.
Okay, see ya. Okay, this call's going to be the last one. It's going to be 5:05. I think it's 5:05. Wow, I really should start wearing glasses because I'm old. You're on 5:05, 565, whatever the number
Mark.
is. Hey.
Mark, can you hear me? It's John in New Mexico. How are you,
Hey,
buddy?
hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, I just want to thank you. I had the pleasure of meeting you at the Denver Billboard meetup.
Oh, right on.
Alma had introduced me to you from Phoenix.
Right.
And I'd like to do a shout out to her. She was great. Alma's awesome.
She sent me a picture of her and I standing in front of the billboard just today. How coincidental is that?
Oh yeah, I remember taking a picture of you and her doing the flat sign.
You took that picture. I just got that. Just got that today.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Shout out to Alma. I miss her. And hey, that was a great show last week.
Thank you.
In fact, I had already dismissed dinosaurs, and thanks. Now I got to think about it again.
You know what? I can't really question the guy. I mean, he has no motivation really to lie. He's a creationist, and he's a paleontologist, and he'd been doing it for 40 years. And he had a lot of great things to say. And so I'm not going to shoot him down.
Yeah.
How can I? I wake up with Flat Earth. Okay, you got.
Oh no, he was awesome. In fact, I met him in the hotel in Denver. So yeah, it was great that you had him on.
Nice.
So
all right,
that was
you
awesome.
got 30 seconds. Any shout outs?
Okay. Shout out to Mia and Roswell, another Denver, somebody I met in Denver, and Mark in New York. I had the pleasure to meet him. Cool. And Sue from Denver. And that's about it.
All right.
Everybody else, it was great meeting you in Denver. Yeah. Thanks,
well,
Mark.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon. All right. And on that note, it still says the show is live, but something happened, and I don't know what just happened. Hopefully everybody can hear me. And it says I'm still broadcasting, but we're going to break now, so I'll see you guys next week. Same flat time, same flat channel.
great honor and privilege for us to be here representing not only